Hello, my name is Sackett. We are playing Fear Not the Night. And I found something. Oh my. Oh, I'm not ready for this. Okay. So these are still a thing, huh? Alright. We're gonna run away from man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you can find trouble out here. That's for sure. I hope he's not one of those guys that blows up. Anyway, this is a boss from Apotheosis. And you may have wondered why I have Apotheosis in a pack like this. It's because this is a very weird version of a pack like this. You see, there aren't any other mobs around. The overwhelming majority of hostile mobs do not spawn naturally in this pack. Apparently, the ones from the Apotheosis spawners still totally work. And that's a good thing. Because there should be some madness in the pack. Like, there should be some danger, you know? It's not a peaceful pack. You can see what I was down here after. This is just different. The night's just not all bananas all the time. Anything behind the walls? No. Okay. More chess pieces. We have the tabletop craft mod. I've been picking up chess pieces all over the place. You can place them. I don't know if you're meant to play on giant chessboards or whatever. We'll find out. What else do we have? We got some gunpowder. Okay. Might still need cabbage seeds. Always need mob drops. So, last time, we found out that there was a problem with the pack, and we fixed it, and we released a new version. In the course of that, I learned that, first of all, I didn't have to start a new world. Your old worlds, if they crashed and you gave up but you still have them installed, those should work now. Problem was mod called Starlight that does a really good job, in fact, at what it does. It rewrites the lighting engine, makes it more efficient, faster. But it doesn't work with Create. It's the boom. I came down here to collect some diamonds, which we urgently need. I don't know how well you can see. I might turn the shaders on. It's a little brighter. It's a very different experience down here without there being mobs all over the place. You occasionally see something, like that guy that we saw. Where are we going? We're going back this way. But it's a totally different way, at least for me, to experience the caves. It's usually either completely hectic or completely lit and safe. It's kind of cool. I was worried when I was making this pack that it would feel boring to play. But, not so far. We're just in the beginning. But I'm actually heading back upstairs. I've actually explored a lot. That's another nice thing, is you can do an awful lot of cave exploration without, constantly being swarmed by everything. It's interesting. And then this crow running around, flying around, trying to tame it. Like, I can throw it seeds. It'll pick it up. It'll fly away with it. And it'll eat it. As is, it's like eating my crops, so I'm I know I've made friends with the Alex's crows in the past. They're cool to have around. Maybe we can name him, I don't know, Stone the Crow. Come on, buddy. One of the things in this pack is Cobblestone Randomizer. And it's compatible with JI. You can go into stone generating, see all the different stuff we can get with just a stone generator. Cobblestone generator will actually get you the metamorphic stone, although it's not called that anymore. The Botania stuff you get from the Metamorphosis, I think, or something like that. Let's see what they're called. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, talc and nice, cata. I don't know. I don't know how half of these are pronounced, but rosy talc I can handle. Well, we could get those with a cobblestone generator as well as the flour. And we'll probably get a little bit from the stone generator because somehow I never build them exactly perfectly. But yeah, we're going to build a stone generator, and I would like to have automatic way of harvesting and collecting the stone. So we're going to use one of these small block breakers. We're going to need a little bit of redstone, and this thing will accept power. I changed the recipe here. Put one of these flux coils in there to kind of signpost that a little bit. You can always control shift, but you know, nobody reads anymore. So we could we'll make some metal bars, make our little block breaker. I think for the time being we're down I'll say right down here, but you don't know where here is. We're right below the house in this cave that leads down to where I've been mining and caving. But we're just gonna make this thing right here, I think. So what we'll have is a little hopper going into a chest. And right above there is where we're going to have our water. So let's go ahead and get our block breaker on here. That is backwards. Block breaker's facing right there, right? Right. So we need a little bit of stone. And we can put our water in. Cover the water. Make sure we don't kill it. And then I'll just have the lava. Probably get it right over here, huh? Without ruining anything. I don't make a lot of stone generators, honestly. But that should do the trick. And you can hear this thing breaking the block. It physically breaks it. We might be able to see a little better. Nope, that is not better. Well, there's the block. See a form right there. And the block breaker will just break it and it'll drop in place. So it'll hit that hopper, go right into the chest. I'm going to get some pipes and some drawers. Before we hook up the pipes, we're going to make ourselves a configuration tool from functional storage. A number of things it can do. The main thing, though, is that it'll lock. It'll lock the drawer. And that means, number one, if we have something in here, say we have cobblestone in here, and we take it all out, this still has the image of a cobblestone on it. It says there's nothing in there. That drawer won't accept anything but cobblestone, even if you take all the cobblestone out. Also, if we just had these unlocked and hooked up pipes to all of them, it would fill up all of these, whether there was room in drawers that weren't yet full or not. It'd just make a mess. So what we're gonna do is I don't think I have enough pipes. I probably do to get started, though. There we go. Get our wrench. Alright, I had enough pipes. So we could set this to output, and it'll start taking out cobblestone. We could put diorite in one of these. We'll just get it pumped right in. We're going to get all kinds of great stuff. Next thing, we need... I hope I didn't burn it all. No. We're going to need a little bit of archwood, because we need to get into Ars Nouveau a little bit. What I want to do is get some villagers over here, but what we're gonna do in the meantime is to lead up to it. We have to make what is it? An imbuement chamber? I can never remember. There it is. Yeah, an imbuement chamber. It's just a little bit of gold, which we have, and archwood planks. Now, although the logs are specific to the type of archwood tree, archwood planks is archwood planks. So, one imbuement chamber. As you might guess, the function of the imbuement chamber is to imbue stuff. I'll plop it down right here. For instance, we could throw a lapis in here, and over time, which we could increase if we had a source of the source. The energy. Source is the energy of the mod. If we had it here, source of it, then this would go much faster. This is really fine for this. We're going to set it and forget it. Now, this will pump the lapis right out. So, what we're going to want to do is take our tool here. We're going to lock it, and then when this thing is done, here we go. We can do this part right now, and take that, throw it in there, and this will eventually convert the whole stack, and that'll be fine to get us started. Now we have a few, just from finding them in chests and stuff. So we're going to get started right away. The first thing that we're going to want is a way to make the said source that I mentioned before. We're going to start... Well, let's see what kind of source links we have. I might make more than one. Agronomic, volcanic, alchemical, vital. Okay, yeah. So the agronomic, that'll generate source through growth ticks that affect, a plant, a crop, I think a sapling. Is fine if you're manually farming, or if something is manually farming in the world. It's also not very expensive, just a little bit of gold. And we're going to want glass, and we're going to want more plank. Alright, I got a whole bunch of stuff. One agronomic source link. And we're also going to need a source jar, which is just archwood slabs and some glass. Now we're going to come right out here to the farm. We're going to put the source jar down. We can put the source link right on top of it. That'll be fine. And then, hello buddy. And then whenever one of these things grows a little bit, we should get to see a fancy little animation. So let's harvest everything that can be harvested. Oh, there it goes. See that? Yeah. See that purple? It'll start collecting in there, and someday it will be full. And we'll use it for stuff. Now the other one that we wanted for the time being was the Vitalic. This, oh, we need one more. That's okay. We certainly have one by now. Very nice. This one will generate whenever an animal grows, I think. It will also speed up the growth of babies into adults. This is probably a fine place to put it. Let's go get some animal feed. Alright, we'll just keep an eye out for purple sparklies here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And if we stand here, the babies will keep generating them. We'll make some baby pigs and baby cows and this thing filling up a treat. And while we're gathering source, I made us another architect's cutter here. You can get all kinds of fancy blocks. Now we're starting to get a good amount of source out there, so I want to get ready. What we're going to do. We're going to need 4 of these pedestals. And that's 2. We need some more gold. 3 of these we're going to put right down. And we're going to grab our imbuement chamber. And put it so that it's right adjacent to this one. These have to be within 1 block for what we want to do to work. The eventual goal is a tablet of containment, and we're going to need a manipulation essence, so all of this stuff. And all you do is put the stuff you saw, there we go, on the outside in JI here. We got 3 on the outside, 1 in the middle. This is our result. So we got a clock, we got a stone button, we got a redstone, and in the middle it wants a source gem. If it's a valid recipe, it'll tell you what it's doing. If it's not a valid recipe, it'll tell you that too. With this 4th pedestal, we are going, we're going to craft it into a ritual brazier. You'll be shocked to know that it's used in rituals. Also need a bunch of glass. That'd be nice, huh? Let's turn this to the output enabled. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a whole bunch of these containment jars. These are Ars Nouveau's sort of mob capturing device. We also need the tablet. That's coming along. And we'll need some source. The source we have, this one's full. The one up by the crops is full, so we're styling there. Now, sadly, we got them. But the video, the recording had no sound. So, and it was my fault this time, as I was talking into a mic that wasn't even plugged in. So we're gonna go ahead and make another one of the tablets. It's cooking up right now. And while it's going, because, well, it's fairly easy to get the guys in there. It's another story getting them out. We're going to need a spell. And we're going to need a scribing table. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Okay, I think I got everything. Whoops. Here we go. 1 scribe's table. Now, this thing will allow us to learn what the mod calls glyphs, which will then be able to assemble into spells. We're going to be doing that in a spell book, which is a lot of fun, but we're going to need a couple of things. Like the idea, I guess, is that the spell book is a tool, so you make it out of tools. What's the other one? Is it I think it's an axe, not a shovel. Here it is. Okay, it's an axe and a shovel. It's fine. I'll need a book. Here we go. And while we're over here, I'll grab this barrel. Now what you do is that it comes with a few. The default to get into this GUI is C. I usually just leave it there. So I actually use this spellbook a lot. But if you right-click with it onto the scribing table, or the scribes table, or whatever it is, you see all the glyphs that you can learn. It's handily sorted into tiers. We have a first tier spell book, so we can make spells out of first tier glyphs. What we need is dispel. That's what gets things out of the jars. So we're going to need a little bit of milk and what looks like another one of those, well, what is another one of those essences? I was going to say it looked like abjuration, but I'm not sure. It is abjuration. Okay. So we're going to need some more milk. We should actually select the thing we want to make here. There we go. Now you can see that it's got the ingredients represented on top of itself there. I believe this will eat our buckets. That's okay. We'll just need to make the abjuration essence. So we're going to switch this stuff off with the correct ingredients. It turned out we have like 1 sugar cane. So we're gonna grow. Oh, and we've already got it set. All right. It won't take long. All right. I found the spider eyes in a chest somewhere. I'd be lying if I said I remember exactly where. And there are mob drops around. You can find them. Alright, but we can make another tablet over here. Come on. There we go. There it is. Throw it on there. And it's a nice little animation. Now we'll get our glyph. Just right click it. And then it's attached to the player. If you lose your book, you can just make another one. You'll still have all your glyphs. So we can come in here and make, let's see, we got touch and dispel. Alright. We're going to give it a very creative name. Now this down here, that shows you how much source it's going to use compared to how much source you have, I think. We can increase the amount of available source in our personal source pool by learning more glyphs, upgrading the spell book, and certain enchantments on gear. Let's say we want a stick man, right? And we have unemployed Bryce. What we can do to get him out of here is just touch dispel, isn't it? Yes, but we have to shift click. Okay. He's gonna go ahead and take the job. We are going to put the tablet of containment on here. Get a nice little animation. Now, if it's one of the things where you throw, there's stuff like around the recipe in JI. You just throw them on the ground now. But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna right click it. And he's gonna go right in there. And we can interact with him. We can trade with him. We can move him. And I want to make some more villagers. Now we don't have to keep making tablets. We want to... It's running right now, actually. It's got source in it. But we could go ahead and let this guy out. I think it's going to take him right back in there. Yeah, now it says a source needed, right? So we're going to go ahead and let him... Oh, he's a farmer. Okay, we'll probably have to wait till he de-jobs. But once he takes the job, we'll be able to just give this thing source by putting the jar down. And it'll suck him right back in here. We don't have to move the thing. We don't have to keep making tablets of containment as long as we're doing it all in the same spot. Now, while I'm messing with villagers, I'm also going to go ahead and make a bunch more glyphs. They don't all use that essence stuff, and you can do cool things with a lot of them. One of the ones we're definitely going to want is chop, which does what you might expect, or fell, I guess. It'll cost you a diamond axe, but it's worth it. I have gone through so many axes in this world already. And we can just come on down to another one here. This will be a projectile. And fell. And we're gonna put some amplify on it. I see we can hold left shift over all of these to see what they do. Fel in specific, AoE is really what we want, so I guess amplify. We'll have to get a level 2 book for the AoE effect, I think. Let's see, yeah, there it is. Tier 2. But even without that, it's pretty life-changing. Now I'm going to use these guys to gear up a little bit, and I'm going to work on the house a little bit more. And that's going to about do it for this time. That's all stuff I'm going to do between episodes. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.